What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the cast at Celestia Radio. I am your host, Matthias, joined with Nat and Dalit as we do. How you doing, boys?
Yeah, we just had a very interesting pre-fucking recording conversation, so I'm good. What about you, Dalit?
I'm mad confused. Like, are they Lubu?
Come on, Dalit,
Are
it
we
made
like
sense.
not supposed
What
to
do you-
pursue Lubu? What's? Hi guys, I'm Dalit.
No, it's you're better off just being a trapdoor spider. Okay, it's just
I've never heard
it's just
this
easier
before.
that way.
I've never
How
heard
have you
this.
not?
I've not heard it either,
I
but
mean,
it makes sense.
I guess.
It makes sense.
I guess.
There's logic to it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man, guys, let me tell you this. We have some fun pre and sometimes post recording chats.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait till we start doing a live version of this one day. You will all see it then. You will all see it then.
Still gonna be confused. Just gonna be confused live.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's Dalit confused live. But well, first and foremost, up on the agenda today, I'm calling all three of us out.
Oh.
We just spent an entire episode crapping on Sony and
Rightfully so.
dissing
Rightfully
them
so.
for the PS5 Pro.
Deservedly.
Yeah,
Crapping
rightfully
on
so.
Sony?
I said rightfully.
Okay.
Rightfully so. Crapping on Sony for, very bad decisions and this horrible idea that the PS5 Pro is, and we stand by all those decisions. Do not take that away.
Yes, we do. Absolutely. Do not get us confused.
We stand by what we said last episode.
But
But all three of us, when they showed that 30th anniversary gray PlayStation and gray PlayStation controller, all three of us went, "Oh well, damn! You know what? I might want that."
it's actually so fucking good looking. I hate it. I hate how it looks so good, especially the controller. It's just my emotions are conflicted and confused, just like what Dollar currently is, still possibly.
The boulder is conflicted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this is problematic. Really not feeling Sony's headspace right now. I think they're
Nope.
being pretty shitty.
Yep.
But also,
Agreed. Yeah.
I really like the OG PlayStation aesthetic. I
Mhm.
understood the move to
Yep.
black. I understood that that's probably just easier. I'd never understood the move to white. I always thought that was an awful idea that was never going to end well. And now
Agreed.
they're just giving me back what I want, but I don't want to support that.
No.
But I want that. I
I
want
want
that.
I want it. It sucks.
I want it too.
It sucks. Okay, here's the thing. I just want the controller, and thankfully it is the first time.
Sold
Thankfully, it's
separately.
sold separately, but thankfully it's just the controller and not a piece of fucking plastic standing thing. But yeah, personally, I just want the controller, not the actual console.
I've been
itself.
saying this since the PlayStation 3. What I want is a PlayStation 1 theme. I want it to be a gray box that when I hit the play button, it comes on and makes all the OG PlayStation 1 sounds. Because that load sound where it just went through all of its memory, all of the
yeah,
onboard sound memory,
yeah.
that's such a sick sound. I love that. Just give me a PS1 theme. I will do the gray box myself because the sidings are replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm probably gonna buy this fucking controller. It's gonna be so expensive though. I don't got that kind of money
It's
right
going to
now.
be over $100, maybe even $200, unironically USD.
Oh, I'm not gonna be
Ugh.
able to buy it. I'm not gonna, but I want it. I want it
I
really
want
bad.
it.
I want it really bad.
I need a new controller. I'm biting that bullet and buying that controller when it comes out. I'm almost certain. Depending when it comes
Matt,
out.
let me borrow it. Just post it over to my place.
Yeah, I got you. Guys, this is why I keep telling you, podcast house. It'll work.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No.
Nat, move to America.
That is the plan in the future, far future, but in the future.
So they did this with the PS4.
Yes.
I think it was like the 25-year anniversary.
I believe so, yeah.
20,
Mhm.
something like that. They did the gray PS4. I almost upgraded my PS4 then because my PS4, which is sitting right next to me currently, actually, is the same one I got day one PS4
Yeah.
launched. So I never upgraded to the Pro or anything like that.
Mhm.
I almost bit the bullet and upgraded when that came out because, again, the gray looks
It
so
does.
good. However, they did do like an anniversary theme that released with like that you could just download from the PlayStation
Mhm.
Store. Anybody could download it. It was free.
Wait, I'm sorry, back up.
and
What? How did I miss this?
yeah, they did. Like it was my theme on PlayStation for a long time. I think until the Persona 5 one came out and it let me have Persona 5 music in the background going all the time.
Oh, I was
yeah.
here jawing for
Uh,
this thing that existed. Wild.
Yeah, on the PS4 there's a anniversary theme. I'm sure you can still get it. The theme exists on the PS4, so I'm sure you can probably still get it on the 4. But PS5s don't let you do themes. So
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure it had the sound effects and everything like you wanted. I don't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure it did. So it was a great theme. It was a great theme.
You know what you must do, Sony. I'm vexed with you greatly, but I am also a slave to my nostalgia.
But yeah, so we were all a sucker for nostalgia, and we really liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least one of us, probably potentially all three of us, are gonna have one of those controllers.
I'll try, but we'll see. Because I'm not looking forward the Australian prices because it still hasn't. The information for that still hasn't been released for me, so I'm.
If they make enough and they
anticipated.
don't do like a hyper
As all
limited
hell.
run, I probably will pick one up for myself. I don't know. Christmas, New
So-
Year, birthday,
so-
something like that.
Yeah, so
Here's
controllers
the thing
aren't
about that, right?
controllers aren't region locked, dude. You might be able to, like, if you wanted, I could just pick you up one and then just mail it to you, and you would end up probably saving
God.
money.
Ew.
Yeah, probably. So you say that a lot, right? So there is a hyper limit deal going on with this 30th anniversary, but it's for specifically the PlayStation 5 bundle box. That is limited supplies, but everything else kind of implies for those sold separately, controller, yada yada, and all that. It seems they're staying for some time. I don't know about forever, but they have some staying power, I think. So, yeah. But who knows? Maybe that information will change literally the day before the release of the entire thing, and yeah, controller is only going to be sold for 1,500 products. Yep, that's it. Fuck you.
I know the PS4 one was super limited
Mm-hmm.
to the point that a used PS4 20th anniversary edition is listed for $1,500.
Holy shit.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Yeah, that's just the PlayStation
Those were
6
like
base station.
those were so limited. Yeah, that I would even though I loved it, I would never buy buy something.
Oh
for
yeah,
that
God
price.
no,
That's
God
just-
no, it's too much money.
Oh yeah, far too much.
Other than that,
But what we're actually talking about this week is not us being hypocrites. Is that October? That's right. The month this episode should be coming out. If this episode goes up in a month that's not October, I've done something horribly wrong. October is absolutely stacked
with
some games coming out.
Hey.
It's wild.
Yo, Chad, do you like
There's-
video games? Because this is what this podcast is mostly about. If you haven't guessed.
I mean, yeah. And like first and foremost, no, I'm gonna go into it
Yeah,
like
just
this.
go.
My Twitter feed for the last week has been three things: Linkin Park, really cute art. We're not getting into that, y'all. Linkin Park, really cute art, and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Now, we can
My
get into
friends.
Linkin Park, but I think we should save that. But yes,
We will 100% save
but
that
yeah,
for another episode.
Dragon Ball. What's up with that?
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Yes.
I am so goddamn hype for this game. My brain literally cannot think about anything else. For the last 4 days, I've had like time spans of like an hour, 2 hours, where I've actually had time to sit and play a game. I've had a really busy week, so I've not really had a lot of time to play games. But I've had like an hour, 2 hours where I could sit down and play games. I sit at my computer, I open the Steam page for Sparking Zero, and I stare at it.
Oh,
Because I'm just like, that's what I want to play,
Actual-
man. I want to play Sparking
actual
Zero.
addiction, even though it hasn't came out already. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. This is an arena fighter, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Square. I'm looking at you.
This is so there was a game. Basically, if you're within mine and Dalit's age range,
Mhm.
you're only 2 years younger than me, Nat. So it should be your age range too, but maybe it was different over in Australia.
Possibly.
I don't know. But in America, at least, anybody in our age range, so the three of us, our age range, basically played one Dragon Ball. Like basically everybody in our age range watched Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z. Whether you watched anime
True.
or not. And everybody played a game called Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Okay,
And Budokai did. You've not played
No.
Budokai? Okay.
But
Budokai did.
Well, it's been great having you on this podcast, Nat.
What?
I'm sorry, we're gonna have to
That's
part
fucked
ways.
up. You can't just kick me off like that.
He's got a good reason.
Bro,
He's got a good reason.
Okay, guys. I may not have played Budokai, but I have played other Dragon Ball games. I've played Dragon Quest VIII.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
The joke is Toriyama.
Toriyama artist.
Yeah,
yes,
I know. I got the joke.
yeah. But yes, go on.
So it was a game called Budokai. It was really good. They did 3 of those. I think it was 3. I want to say it was 3.
I also believe.
And
it was
then
three,
they,
yes.
and then they proceeded to Budokai Tenkaichi,
Mhm.
which was just the next game in that series. And then they did another 3 of those, maybe 4 of that one. I don't remember for certain on that. But they were like, everybody played those games. They were great. They were really, really fun. Basically like the go-to Dragon Ball game period as far as things are concerned at the time. And this is a spiritual successor to that. Like, if I'm not mistaken, on one of the official like art pieces or whatever, it says at the top of it, Budokai Tenkaichi presents Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Oh, okay.
So-
I haven't seen that, but I believe it.
Was that Dalit?
I haven't seen that, but I definitely believe it.
Yeah. So I'll see if I can find it after cast and send it to you. But and this is just the new that, but it's the new that 180 characters.
Holy
You're getting
shit.
you're getting Goku from base Dragon Ball.
Well,
Then you're getting
okay. Let's not get carried away.
Well, yes, there's a caveat to that, and I will elaborate on that. But you're getting Goku from base Dragon Ball. Then you're getting basically all of Z.
Uh-huh.
Then you're getting all of Super.
Uh-huh.
Now, the caveat to 180 characters is, of course, a lot of the characters are, different power up states.
Yeah,
Super Saiyan 2,
yeah,
Super Saiyan 3,
Black Goku, and all that
Saiyan 2, Super
yeah,
Saiyan 3,
Black Goku, and all
etc. and
that
so
shit.
forth.
Goku Black, whatever the fuck it's
Yeah,
called, yeah.
but the fact of the matter is, you're getting a bunch of those characters that have transformations.
Mhm.
You're getting, as far as I've seen, the majority of the cast from Z through Super. So, like, I honestly can't, like, I don't think you're getting many characters from the, I think the only character from the arc in Super where Hit is, like, the antagonist. I think he's the only person you're getting from that arc, maybe.
Right.
Well, no, you're getting the characters from that arc that come in at the Tournament of Power as well. But outside of them,
Yeah, there was a big issue with bringing over some of the currently manga exclusive characters. I don't know what the issue was, but I remember seeing a headline. Christ, I can't remember where from. That said, yeah, the manga stuff isn't gonna happen, so don't expect to see a granola or anything like that
So-
right now.
Granola ball?
I heard it's not going to happen yet. They're still working on it because they want to do it. So I think that's still kind of up in the air currently.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, like, sources on that are, back and forth. I guess the game's not out yet. We'll
Right.
see.
It's
But
true. I just
what we
remember
do
the
know-
producer saying it was very difficult to navigate that.
Definitely. I do remember seeing that as well. But what we do know is we've basically gotten every character from Z and Super. Basically.
Okay.
There's
that's
a couple we're not
that's pretty
getting.
good in terms of,
We're getting
characters.
one character from base Dragon Ball. Exactly one, and that's just Goku when he was a kid. And we're getting, I think it's like 7 or 8 characters from GT. That might be too many, actually. It might actually be only like 5.
Mhm.
So we'll see. Then we got the movies. We're getting characters from all the Dragon Ball Z movies.
Hey, Broly.
We're at least getting the main villains from the Dragon Ball Z movies.
Right.
I don't know if we're getting any of the, I don't know if we're getting any of Bardock's henchmen or the other androids from that one movie. I don't remember the name of that
Right.
I mean,
one.
Turles? Bardock.
Yeah, Bardock, the pirate,
Yar.
the space pirate.
Yar. In space.
He's green with bright orange hair.
Oh, Bojack.
Bojack. Bardock. Sorry, the names
No, not Bojack.
jumbled
What's his
together in
name?
my.
Bardock is the reason why I was messed up about that. It's like, isn't Bardock Goku's dad?
You're right. Bardock is Goku's dad. We're getting Bardock though.
So yeah, BoJack Horseman is in the game.
Oh yeah, it is Bojack. I was right. Hey,
Yeah.
your boy remembered.
Yeah. Okay. So Bojack. Sorry. Yeah. I don't think we're getting his henchmen. We might be. I don't know. We'll see. And then there was the other android, the movie with the other androids, Android 13,
The hot one.
whatever. No.
No, first of
Uh,
all, that's Dragon Ball The Fighters, and that's 21.
Oh, okay.
Actually, frankly, that's just the base show. That's 18. 18 is Best Girl from Dragon Ball. Just facts.
Fair. Yep.
Bulma comes very close in second, though.
I agree.
Anyways, there's a movie with an android antagonist. And there was like 2 or 3 other androids in that movie that weren't in the season. And I think we may only get the final villain form of one of them. We might be getting them all. I don't know.
You're talking about Super 13, right?
Yeah, Super 13.
I'm pretty sure he's actually in the game.
No, I know he's in the game, but there was
Oh,
another
okay.
android in that movie with him that he absorbed to become
14.
Super 13. Yeah, 14. I don't know
14
if we're
and
getting
15.
14.
I don't think we are. I think you're right about that.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Mhm.
Because they never give a good zoom in picture of the full cast photo that they've been filling in. It's always zoomed out and like little screenshots, and even then I feel like that's not 180 people there. So I still feel like the count's off. Anyways,
Still, that's a lot of
irregardless,
fucking characters, though.
yeah. And then they've also stated 3 DLC passes or like packs of like characters or whatever, however they worded it, which is bringing in characters from some of the other Dragon Ball Z games that have come out, and Dragon Ball. It's one of the other anime things they did or whatever. I'm not super familiar with it, like Daimo or whatever it's called. So they said 3 packs of characters there. And like Dalit said, the manga exclusive characters, that's a touchy area. We don't know yet for certain. Right now they're focusing on those characters that they know they can do. And I think that includes like the if I'm not mistaken, I think that's including like the characters from the like characters that were unique to Xenoverse and some of the others, the female android, the female Boo looking character. So I think that's included as well. Not 100%. I know there's a character from one of the games that Alejandro Saab voices, and he was really excited when they announced they were doing the DLC packs that included the other games and that Dragon Ball project, the Daimo or whatever that I can't remember the name of. Because I think because he was been wanting more of his character that he voices and stuff.
Oh, well, that's good.
So he's I think he was excited about the chance of getting to do more Dragon Ball.
Yeah. So
I'd be cool for that because I didn't play the game that his character is in or watch if it was that other show. But I know Budokai Tenkaichi. I used to play the ever-loving crap out of those games growing up. Like even when I didn't have people to play with, I would sit there and just play that game for hours. Just random like matchups that I just, would have loved to have seen in the show. Just fun matchups like that didn't really make sense in any way, but were just entertaining. I loved that. The game was always felt really good. It wasn't like you said, it was an arena fighter, but the arenas, it felt very DBZ, smashing somebody in through the like mountains and stuff that were on the map, creating craters on the ground. If like you used Kamehameha and they used Gallic Gun, there would be the struggle beams that you had to like button mash or whatever. You had the story modes that were always really, entertaining. And then one of the fun things about the story modes is they also did like what ifs, like playthroughs. Like there was I remember one of them. I want to say it was Tenkaichi 3, where you could unlock a what if story mode chapter of if when Raditz landed in the very first arc of Dragon Ball Z, if he like hit his head and lost his memories. What would it be like if Raditz lost his memories and ended up becoming one of the good guys, like helping Goku and whatnot?
Yeah.
So it was like they did things like that. So it was always really fun seeing those really entertaining what if scenarios. And they also said there might be some what if scenario like unique characters that they'll be adding down the line too in those DLC packs that they mentioned. So there's a lot. Like the way they make it sound, there's 180 characters currently, and again, that's with transformation forms and whatnot. But 180 characters currently, with a lot of characters they are trying to add, not even counting the manga exclusives. That is a massive roster of Dragon Ball Z characters.
So would you say this is the Smash Ultimate for Dragon Ball game?
I think this is the end all be all for a Dragon Ball game. Like this looks incredible.
It can't be the end all be all.
This is some words.
Because to my knowledge, Aralé's not in this. I know Aralé's not a Dragon Ball character, but She beat up Vegeta once. That's enough for me.
I mean, hey, it has
That's
Weiss.
your what if.
It has Weiss.
Yeah,
in it.
there's your what if.
You can play as Weiss. I'm happy. Also, Weiss is cheating. Have you seen those clips, Dalit?
Of
Of Weiss being played in the game?
no.
So they have a thing if you're using like Ultra Instinct Goku. I don't know if it's like if you press the block button. I don't know how it works like gameplay wise, but it just auto dodges anything your opponent throws at you when you're doing it, but it drains your ki. Or your Kai energy, ki energy, whatever, however you want to say it. I don't know how the official Dragon Ball way of saying it is because that word's been pronounced 100 different ways. So I'm just gonna say ki. I'm just gonna say ki. Yeah. If you're using Ultra Instinct Goku, you can drain your ki and it just auto dodges anything your opponent throws at you. Apparently, Weiss just has that without the ki being drained because he's one of his race is angels, and that's just what they can do or whatever.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they're crazy strong. They're like
Yeah.
actually illegally strong. They don't get involved.
Exactly. So he just has that, and I'm like, that's fun and balanced. I'm here for it.
Fun
so-
and balanced. Yep.
It sounds like if you ever take if you ever
God.
take this online and you just get really pissed off about getting beat up a lot, play as Weiss. You might have a little bit of an easier time.
Man, fucking 180 characters, huh? The balancing is going to be an absolute fucking nightmare.
Nah, they don't balance for arena fighters like this.
Yeah,
There's no
that's
way.
not what the point of this game is.
Yeah, okay, Phil.
This is just
fair.
living out your Dragon Ball fantasy, like more or less.
Fantasy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The just taking Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta, and putting them up against Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That's what this is for.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if one of the what if characters that we get is like Ultra Instinct Vegeta or something. Like, I don't know.
No,
Like,
he has his own Ultra Instinct. It's like Ultra Ego or something.
Something like
Ultra
that.
ego.
From what I understand, like,
He plays the dragon.
Which one?
yeah, which
Oh
one?
shit. The first one.
Oh, Shenron?
The
No.
original Shinron?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What
there,
the fuck?
there are some like attacks that let you like summon him in the attack.
Why isn't he a what if character?
I think it's confirmed he's actually not a fighter. Shenron can be killed. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
his power,
I mean,
like,
so
he is
can everyone
powerful,
else, but, you know.
he's not fighter powerful.
Yeah.
He's like a genie.
Kind of,
Right.
yeah. Closest you're gonna get to that is the
Omega Shenron, probably, if I had to guess.
is gonna be any of the Shinrons from GT, and the only one I'm assuming they're adding is Omega.
Yeah, I don't think the other dragons get brought over.
I wish they would add them. That'd be cool, but I understand them not.
Okay, so Omega Weapon is going to be in Dragon Ball. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's correct.
So I'm not 100% because I fell off following Dragon Ball a long time ago, really. At least now it's been a long time ago now. But the way like Super was going when I last was following it was Goku was going down this path of Ultra Instinct. This is what he was like, his power up that he was going for next. And Vegeta was pushing Super Saiyan God even further than what they had gotten to at that point. So,
Even beyond. Yep.
because it was Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, which is just Super Saiyan Blue. A lot of people would just say, like, from what I understand, Vegeta pushed Super Saiyan Blue to Super Saiyan Blue 2 or something like that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, like
Yep.
he's pushing that further, whereas Goku went Ultra Instinct. From what I remember, and maybe that's not entirely accurate, but like I said, it's been a while. I'm sure we're gonna have somebody who's super in the know for Dragon Ball that's listening to this episode and is going to correct everything I just said. And I will,
Probably,
and I will appreciate that, honestly. If I'm wrong, I like to be told. Like straight up. Like I'd like to know where I am wrong.
Yep. Fair.
But this game is just all I've been able to think about for like the last, week, because it just looks so good. It's playing on every nostalgia bone in my body. And honestly, I'm sitting here looking at it and I'm just like, I haven't touched Dragon Ball in so long now. Maybe I should go rewatch it. And I've been
Oh,
considering
God,
should I
man.
rewatch it? And I'm just like, and I'm like, if anything, maybe I should rewatch Super, because I never actually finished watching Super. So I'm like, this way at least I know all the characters from Super. Like even
Right.
the characters from the Z movies and Z and all that, I know those. Even if it's been a while, I still remember those really well. But like I don't know all of the Super characters. I only watched Super up until the beginning of the Goku Black arc, and then
Right.
everything after that I just kind of, kept up with through Twitter essentially. I never watched. So I never actually watched, Tournament of Power, Ultra Instinct. I never watched the Broly movie, the actual canon Broly movie from Super.
Yeah.
No, it's wild because
So-
I didn't watch Super, but I watched that movie.
I do know that movie finally gave me something I wanted to see, and it was Vegeta in Super Saiyan God, not Super Saiyan Blue, but Super Saiyan God with the red.
Right.
I don't know why it bugged me so much that I had not seen him in that, but so yeah, I'm really tempted to go rewatch, or at least watch for the first time and for most of it, Super, since I never did, so that way at least I know all the characters and everything. But there was a part of me that was like, but it's been so long, you should rewatch it all. And I was just like, that's like 500 episodes of anime. There's no way I can do that. I don't know that I have it in me to watch 500 episodes of anime. Like I can make
fuck
myself
that.
watch the 125 Super is. I can make myself do it. It'd take me a bit, but I can make myself do it. But 500? I don't know that I can do that anymore.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Just hearing that, I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm done. I'm already done. Mentally checked out. Bye.
Especially like original Dragon Ball. Original Dragon Ball is great, but it's so old,
Yeah.
man. It's so old.
I mean, it's still good, but like,
It's still
yeah,
good. It's just oh
Right.
man. But yeah, so I've just been on
Pacing.
this like super Dragon Ball obsessive.
kick. Yeah.
I cannot. October 11th, which by the time this episode comes out, that should have passed, and I can almost promise you I'm playing Dragon Ball Super as you're listening to this. This is Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero as you're listening to this. Because October 11th cannot get here fast enough, and I will go sell a kidney if I have to get this game when it comes out.
Oh god. Okay, you don't need to go that far, man.
I'm just saying.
Hyperbolic and all that, but
I'm just saying. I want this game, man. I've never had something hit my nostalgia factor as hard as this is for me.
Oh damn, that's insane. Nah, but for real, like, yeah, I can sort of feel you because like, I don't remember the last time I've had like what you just described as like just a super nostalgic feeling on something. Maybe it was Kingdom Hearts when it came out on Steam, but like even then, yeah, like I don't know. Dragon Ball is. Do you think it's hard to get into nowadays?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
All
yeah.
its episodes and all that.
There's just so much to it. Dragon Ball is not a short series by any stretch of the
Didn't
imagination.
Kai fix that though?
So Kai did fix that if you're wanting to watch Z, definitely. It did fix a lot of that. I don't
Right.
know where you go to watch Kai now, mind you, because it's
Online.
like,
oh yeah,
I mean, because
funny being defunct and all that now.
because I went to googled I went to Crunchyroll when I was thinking about rewatching and searched up Dragon Ball, and there was original Dragon Ball, there was Dragon Ball Z, and then there was Super, but I didn't
Mhm.
see Kai anywhere. And I'm like, well, if Funny's gone and Crunchyroll bought Funny, Kai should be on Crunchyroll, but I didn't see it. Now, there's a chance it's somewhere under Dragon Ball Z, and that's why Z has the huge episode list that it has.
Right.
Because I don't remember how many episodes Dragon Ball Z was, but I knew it was a lot. So I don't know. I
That's your
need to,
homework, Matt.
yeah, I'd need to do a little bit more research. Kai did fix a lot of it. You're right, but so
Right.
if you can watch Kai, that fixes Z. Original Dragon Ball is still 100 episodes, and Super is
Yeah.
like 125. So
Yeah.
it's still a
Fucking
lot to ask
ridiculous.
somebody to get into.
Yeah.
I mean, we asked that of people who want to get into One Piece.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, One Piece is asking a lot more, I guess.
Twice as much, if anything.
It's a lot to ask, but I will say it's not a hard ask, even if it is a lot, because Dragon Ball is a very straightforward, very simple story for the most part. It is power fantasy. It is battle shonen to a core. It's good guy beats bad guy. Good guy get
Yep.
bad guy beat good guy. Good guy power up now beat bad guy. Like
Yep.
it's straightforward, and it
Yeah,
is
it's easy and formulaic.
like ultimately you're not watching Dragon Ball, or you might be watching original Dragon Ball for the story. You're not watching Dragon Ball Z or Super for the story as much as you are. You just like seeing these characters and these
The
fights
power ups.
and the power ups. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not
exactly.
a hard ask because it's a really easy thing to get into in terms of following, and it's really simple, like to enjoy if you enjoy that kind of thing. But it is a lot to ask just because there's so much to it.
Yeah.
There's at minimal 300 episodes of anime. At minimal
Fuck no.
300 episodes of anime. Then you have
the movies.
all of the
canon.
movies, though only I think a very small number of the movies are canon, quote unquote. They're
Well,
all
that's the only ones you really need to know if you're just doing for canon reasons, right?
if you're only doing canon reasons, you only need to watch a few of them, really, right?
Okay, well, there you go.
But yeah, but all of them are generally pretty good. I don't think the third Broly movie from Z is really good, personally. Don't really like that one. Rest of them are fine. And then but then there's also there's a spin-off manga anime that I cannot remember the name of that I've talked about. There's a bunch of games. Like
Oh yeah.
so many games. So
Yeah,
it's
but do
like
you
I said,
really need to
it's
play those games just for Spark and Zero, though?
no, I don't think you do. Unless you want to know who the game original characters are, I suppose.
Right. That's fair.
So like I said, I don't think it's a hard ask. I think it's a lot to ask of people nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's probably a fair thing to say for any series as old as Dragon Ball is.
I mean, just like look at Final Fantasy. You still get people asking if they need to play 1 to play 16. It's like, no. Just because the series is old doesn't mean everything.
Well, that's because they number it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reason. I will also say Sparking Zero might actually make all of us a lot easier to get into Dragon Ball if you've not been getting into if you've never been into it.
Well, that'll be a good thing
because it has a story mode that you can play through, so you can
go through the greatest hits.
Yeah, it's gonna go through all of the story. So you like even if you haven't watched or had any interaction with Dragon Ball, you pick this game up because you want to play with your friends, and you want to know who these characters are. You might have to play through story to unlock characters. I don't know, but you can play through the story mode. You'll get the big beats of the story for at the very least from the beginning of Z all the way to the Tournament of Power ending in Super. Well, technically the Broly movie in Super because that is canon and takes place after the Tournament of Power. So,
Now,
and I'm assuming they will give you some kind of summary for Dragon Ball. They're not going to make you play through it because those characters aren't in it, and Dragon Ball isn't as many. There aren't as many fights in Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball is more of a story than the fighting side of things.
No, it's a gag.
Yeah.
I don't know about the story.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it has a story.
Yeah.
It was there to be a funny little comedy.
Yeah, it was there to be a
story.
funny thing, right? So it'll give you some kind of summary for Dragon Ball, I assume, because those characters and interactions are important. So
now, this is a very stupid question, which I'm pretty sure I already know the answer, but I'm still gonna ask it anyway. Is there online multiplayer for this game?
yes, it's a fighting game,
Well,
of course.
Square, I'm looking at you. Arena Fighter, online multiplayer. Does that sound familiar to anyone?
The city is dead, Nat.
No, it's not. No, just hold on. No, just hold out hope, guys. It's coming.
The city is dead, Nat.
No, it's not.
Nat, it's been 10
It's
years.
coming back. No, it's not. Don't say that.
Oh, ew! Don't say that.
Don't say that.
I don't know how long it is. That's the meme, though. I'm quoting the meme here. You woke up in a coma. It's been 10 years. Yeah, there's unless Dalit wants to add anything to Sparking Zero, there's other things coming out in October. It's not just one game that's making it stacked.
Yeah, no, I'm not a. I plan on playing this for nostalgia reasons later on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I may possibly pick it up, but that is also later on in life.
I will have it since day one. Message me at any time, boys. We can play.
I mean, I still need to get Tekken 8 first to beat Dalit's ass, but that's neither here nor there.
Just pick it up, man. We can go till you win. That's fine. I got time.
We can go till you win.
It.
I mean, to be fair, I might have more time on it. Dalit will beat me very quickly, I'm sure. I'm terrible at fighting games. So,
I mean, so am I, but
But yeah, there's other things coming out in October, like another big one coming out, and one that all three of us at least were interested in until an earlier thing was revealed. Metaphor Fantasio is coming out, I think, the same day as Sparking Zero.
Does it? I know. Yeah, the 11th.
October 11th. Yeah.
You're right.
this fucking game, my god, I want to play it, but when I saw the 100% timing, the 100% hours for this game, I'm just like, I'm fucked. Nah, I'm done.
For me, it's not even 100%. For those of you who don't know, ReFantazio was compared 1-to-1 with Persona 5. Was it Persona 5 base or Royal?
Royal.
With Royal. So, in terms of time to beat, and
no, 100%.
To 100% specifically, because they have said in the past, if you just do story, it's about 40 to 50 hours.
Which I do not.
Let me go ahead and
believe,
ask a silly question. If you just do story in Persona, isn't it only like a 50-hour game?
No.
Like no side quests, none of that. Have you just focused down on the story? I'm pretty sure Persona is not actually that long a game.
I guess if you like skip all the bonding things you're doing, or if you just skip through those days in general, like you don't actually go out and bond and you just kind of fast forward to the dungeons.
Pacing in 5 still fucking sucks regardless if you're doing social links or not. But yeah.
I guess that's true.
It would be like 40, 50 hours.
Yeah, I don't see Persona being like a 70-hour game for just the story if you're actually focused on doing the story and not also doing all of the sim aspects of Persona.
The thing about I think the caveat to that is like the sim aspects for Persona are like baked into the core gameplay of it. So you kind of miss a portion of the game if you don't do it technically. Whereas with
if you don't do it, you do not get royal content, period. So.
That's true. It does take out a few hours from the games just in general, like stuff to do there. Yeah. But ReFantazio, it's just like side quests and side stories that you're choosing not to do. So
it's just SMT5 then?
Yeah, like
that's
just
what it sounds like.
Just kind of standard RPG stuff. Like if like think about it. this is a terrible comparison, but it's the only thing I can think of in the
It's gonna be
moment.
Digital Devil
Um,
Saga is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Possibly,
I can
yeah.
see that.
Yeah. Like I said, my comparison I'm about to make is bad, but it's the only thing I can immediately think of. Think like Skyrim. If you just do story for Skyrim, super short
It's
game.
like what?
Because
Like 10, 20 hours? Some shit
yeah,
like that?
like I think it's like 15 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe less. Like people have probably gotten that down to much less just in general at this point. Because I like in total, I think the main quest of Skyrim is only like 12 quests. Like I don't think there's that many of them.
Actually, yeah.
But if you do all of the side missions, the different like guild quests, if you do like just exploring stuff, it's a much longer game. And I think that while like the timing isn't like a 1-to-1 comparison, I think that's kind of the breakdown comparison, right? If you're just doing the main story stuff, it's only supposed to be like 40, 50 hours. But if you do all the side missions and exploring and things like that, you're looking at the
That's
P5
when
arc.
the 100 and all that shit comes in.
Yeah. But I mean, for people like I'm pretty sure all three of us, that is probably a more accurate time thing because we tend to do side quests when we play RPGs. So
Yeah.
I mean that's maybe a moot point bringing it up here, but I feel like it is worth saying.
Well, the reason why I had the reaction the way I had is because I literally, not even 24 hours, just came off finishing Persona 5 Rule at 135 hours. That is maxing out all the social links, the social stats, and getting all the awakenings, third awakenings and all that. I didn't do all the side quests. I think I've missed like two, but like I don't fucking care. And that's also not going for 100% demon completion for the compendium. So if I went for that, it would have probably gone for like another 10 hours, maybe, I want to say, if that. But so when I saw that Metaphors 100% was supposed to be like 150, I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sakes. I'm not ready for another long playthrough. I'll do it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not ready for it right now. Let me just play my short games for the time being. Short to medium games.
Yeah, that's the headspace that I'm in as well. I have no interest in a long 100-hour game. It doesn't even ping on my radar right now. If anything, like that actively took it off of my list of things to do right now.
Ooh.
I say like I think like I know for Nat he did just come off of a 130 plus game playthrough, so completely fair. Like I love long games like that, honestly. Like I'm tired of like open world stuff. Like I'm in the same boat as Dalit there on that.
Agreed.
Yeah, like but long games, I'm here for them. I love them. I play the Kiseki games. Those games are super long. Um, and I absolutely love them, and I have no problem with them. I'm not nearly in the burnout state that either of these two are, but
Mm.
my problem is I have too many that I'm working on right now. So ReFantasio might take me a while to get to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the headspace. You just need to be in that mood. Be like, okay, I'm ready for the long haul. Let's do it. Let's hope this is a good game so I can do the long haul. Is
Right.
more accurate, I would say.
I think one game like this a year is probably the healthy way to handle games like this. Like
Mm-hmm.
you play 100 plus hour game a year. The rest of the games you play 20, 30
Between 20,
kind of
30,
thing.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max, right? Like even a
But here's my
little bit shorter
question.
if it's really good.
What game are you playing that's 20 hours max?
Me?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
I played Wukong, which is a pretty linear story game. 40 hours for the first playthrough, and then you have to do it at least one more time, preferably twice more. These games don't exist anymore.
That's also true.
I would say Wukong falls into that category because 40 hours for the first playthrough, and there are a lot of people. I like as far as I'm convinced, there's a lot of people that it doesn't matter what you entice them with. After that first playthrough, they're done. Like they only play the game the one time.
You're telling me a bunch of Souls-like players are only going to play through this game once.
I'm not saying I'm not saying Souls like players. I'm saying there's a lot of people that play games that only play games the one time.
Oh,
Like no matter what you try
okay.
to. Yeah.
To Doll's point, I do think 30, 40-hour games are the new 10-hour games. So, yeah.
They're not nearly as common. I think the problem is games now are either massive open world games, which inflates their playtime tremendously.
Yep.
And like as we've all said at this point, we're tired of that. Please go back to more story focused, story driven games. Not that I have a problem if you want to do one every now and then. Like I'm not saying the next Kiseki game should be hallways kind of thing. Do what you want. I'm not saying the next Elder Scrolls should be hallways. Like those games that have been what they are don't change. I'm not telling you to change. Do what you do because you do it right. I'm saying every new game that comes out doesn't need to be this massive open world thing, right?
Are you saying games shouldn't be as high quality as Final Fantasy X?
Oi!
When it comes to map,
No, 10 is brilliant. We compare it to 13 for linearity. Ignore the fact that it's exactly the same.
Fuck off. No, fuck off. Both 10 and 13 at the exact, I swear, from the exact hour mark, they're like, yeah, here's your open world area.
Yo, hold up.
Both of them.
Hold up. I just, you know what? Y'all save that. We're going to do an episode. It's going to be Dalit versus Nat, 10 versus 13 debate, and I'm going to mediate.
Oh, God, he's going to kick
I'm so sorry, like Nat. I play 10.
And he doesn't like 13.
And I do not care for 13 at all.
That's not fair, Matt.
Fine, you can bring him back up.
That being said, though, I do have a card up my sleeve against his 10, but which I will not say.
Smart, good. Because I would absolutely prep against it.
So you know what? I'm storing that one. Listeners, keep your eyes out.
Oh my god! I'm already doing a fucking Final Fantasy 13 note work. Now I'm gonna do another one to defend it. Fucking hell.
No, I don't know. I think. Well, hold on. Just last year we got it was last year, right? I'm pretty sure last year we got God of War and Spider-Man. Those are 30, 40 hours. If you just play,
I actually don't know.
If you just play through story, Spider-Man's really quick. I know. I don't know about God of War as well. I didn't play Ragnarok yet.
Ragnarok's really good. Yeah, Ragnarok's really good and has its roguelike mode now.
It's true. I mean, I still need to finish 2018 before I touch Ragnarok. I never finished it, so.
Oh well, yeah. You should do that.
Yeah, I was really far, and then something really exciting came out, and I got super sidetracked, and never got back around to it. And when I went to get back around to it, I was like, oh, I have to start over. I can't remember a thing. I don't know what's happening anymore. So, and that's kind of what's kept me from being able to go back and finish it, because I have to start back from zero. But yeah, I know I definitely need to play Ragnarok. But yeah, so it's not that they don't exist; they're just so much fewer now, and I think that's more to the point. Every game doesn't have to be 100+ hour games. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because I think you're definitely, especially with the price of games going up. Especially with the price of games going up.
That's why I think it's a bad thing, as a matter of fact.
I think a lot of people would disagree, because you're getting more of your money's worth in like you're getting more hours of enjoyment out of how much you're spending.
Yeah, but games are only this expensive because of the amount of work that they have to put into it.
That comes back down to the problem of just what they put into a game, and I think that's a different conversation entirely.
Which is my point. The bigger you make your game, the more money it costs, the more money you have to charge for the product.
Yeah.
If they were still making, I'm just going to say it because it was brought up, if you make another Final Fantasy X, and you sell it to us for $50, it's gonna sell the fuck out. I promise.
Yeah.
10 is almost 100-hour games if you do everything.
Yes, don't do everything. It's a 30-hour game.
That's the point.
Absolutely don't do everything in fucking 10. Fucking doing everything in 10 sucks.
Like, it's fine. and then you have the
I mean, that's the
Colosseum.
point. A lot of these times when games say they're 100 hours plus, that's doing everything, though. So
Sorry,
I
what
think
was
most
that?
games nowadays are still 70 hours, and I think that's asking so fucking much.
I said most of the time when a game says it's 100 plus hours, it's because that's doing everything. So
Yes, that is correct.
So my point
Whenever you do
stands then.
see, whenever you do see someone claim,
Like-
"Oh, this game is 130 hours, 150 hours," it's generally because either for some reason they didn't mention that it's 100% run, or that they did mention it's 100% run.
Yeah, like I agree. You can still get 100 plus hours for a lower price.
I
don't
think
think-
a platinum trophy shouldn't take you more than 50 hours. That is just me.
When I say do everything, I don't mean trophies, because I think trophies are just, they're asking you to do a lot of minute things that are just obnoxious. Like collectibles. Collectibles drive me up a wall. I can't
Wait,
stand
hold on now.
collectibles.
How can you do everything and not platinum a game? What?
Because if you don't like go grab all the collectibles because you missed one while you're exploring a zone, you won't get a platinum. Like, just because you explore a zone
Wait,
doesn't
what?
mean you find every hidden area. But I'm like, if you do every quest, if you see every zone, maybe you don't see every hidden area, but you see all of like the maps or whatever.
Okay.
Okay, I sort of know what you're getting at, but I think the word you're saying is incorrect because doing everything is 100%ing, but I understand what you're trying to say.
Yes, doing everything is 100%ing. I am using my terms.
But
I'm
in terms
not.
of
That's
like
why. That's why.
exploring an area is
That
what
is
you
why.
mean. Yeah.
That is why I am saying do everything and not 100%. Because to me, 100% is platinuming it, yes. But doing everything means you're doing the content that's in the game, not every challenge that's in the game. Like
Right.
God of War, like 2018 God of War. I go everywhere, I do all the side quests, but I didn't fight all of the Valkyries. I did everything in the game. I didn't do the challenge stuff, so I didn't get all the trophies. But I did everything in the game because I saw everything that I wanted to see. I did all the quests. I didn't 100% the game, but I did everything in the game. That's what I mean. I know that's not the correct way to describe it because my way of looking at things is
So
different
you're
and
pretty
wrong.
much arguing for personal goals, correct?
I guess.
Because that's what it sounds like to me, and I might be wrong on that.
Maybe.
Thoughts?
I got nothing, man. Don't bring me into this.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're trying to get at, Matt, but yeah, like generally,
I get what I'm saying. I'm saying wrong because I'm speaking using my terminology and my point of view to something, and I'm speaking to the general point of view, and it's conflicting terminology. And
right.
I realize that, and I've not made an effort to rectify that, and I apologize for the confusion to my co-hosts and to listeners.
That's fine.
What I'm trying to say is, I don't think 100 plus hours of things to do is bad if you're doing side quests, exploration, things like that,
right.
but not 100%ing it. Like, if you just do main story and it's 40, 50 hours, maybe even less, that's fine. If,
God, 50 hours for just the fucking story, just thinking about it makes me want to.
if doing side quests, if doing doing side
pacing.
quests, seeing like different dungeons or zones kind of thing, if that
Right.
if that bumps your playtime up to over 100 hours, that's
Mhm.
fine. You don't have to do that. Just do the focus thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Not
Gotcha.
100%ing, because I don't do that. I can't do that. Because 90% of the time to 100% a game, you have to do like so many monotonous, like repetitive things, or you just have to do challenges of some kind. I'm just like, nah, I can't.
I'm
I don't
nearly
have that in me.
I'm literally being remembered how to 100% Final Fantasy 13, and I just want to blow my fucking brains out.
Yeah, like I don't do collectibles. Like if I ever see collectibles in a game, I'm just like, I can tell you right now, I will never platinum this game because I cannot stand collectibles.
That's fair.
Um,
Speaking of Final Fantasy games that may be $50, once again, who would have guessed? Another possible what is it? Not, is it a leak? Rumor, that's the word. Rumor that Final Fantasy 13 trilogy is gonna remaster.
I was gonna bring that up at the end, but yeah, that has also been some things on the internet we've seen.
I never know what to make of these.
Well,
I mean, I never know what to make of these.
it's the same fucking thing. Rumors. Final Fantasy 9 remake, not a
Well,
remaster.
that one's a leak. That one is
Is
and
that
it comes from a leak
yeah?
that
But it was a
everything
rumor
else has
that turned
been.
into a leak, though.
I'm sorry, what?
I said Final Fantasy 9 remake was a rumor turned into a leak.
Okay, fair
Because
enough. I hadn't
everyone's
heard it.
saying
I hadn't
Final
heard the
Fantasy.
rumor. I mean, people. There's a difference between like a rumor and people have been saying stupid shit.
Right.
Like people.
Well, that's what I'm
People
trying to
will
get
tell
at.
you
Is
that every
that
game is being remade at all times.
exactly? That's what
Um,
I'm trying to get at. It's like, oh, Final Fantasy 6 is getting a remaster remake of Final Fantasy 8 is getting a remaster remake, yada, and all that shit.
but a lot of time when rumors start for a pretty good reason. Either someone
Mm-hmm.
has inside information, or really rumors tend to spring from soft leaks.
Right.
Which is why like 9 was like, yeah, 9 came from the Nvidia leak. And before that, talk about 9 was actually confused by the crap, what's it called? There's a fan project that was happening that was confusing a lot of people.
I know what you're
Oh.
talking about. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, neither do I. So there was that. Whereas something like 13, to my knowledge, nothing's been leaked, and that is strictly speaking a rumor. And I don't do we even know where like it started, that rumor, or do we just have like in media res rumor?
I think this one is, as far as I've seen, this one is just one that's one of those rumors that's just kind of spread. Like it's just become the hot topic to talk about. Um, like I think this time last year, Final Fantasy X was in this spot where they were rumoring 10 getting some kind of remaster again.
It'd be nice. It'd be
Remaster or
nice if you didn't
remake?
fuck up their faces again.
Yeah. And skin
Not
color,
better.
because Titus has been fucking getting whiter each appearance.
I'm
That
gonna be
isn't
honest.
from 10.
I stopped caring. I understand the Japanese don't like melanin.
It's so fucking funny though, because I saw, I think it was like from Brave Exvius, they were doing like a CG cutscene with either Titus or Yuna's attack, and it's like white Titus and not tan Titus. I'm like, what do they
Like,
do to you, bro?
honestly, so long as they're consistent, right? It messes me up that he keeps getting
Ugh.
lighter in the remakes, because especially on
Yeah.
10, when you switch over to the FMVs, he's still tanned. He's still a working man. But
Yep.
I look.
Yep,
I don't
yep.
actually care. I understand. Fucking dark skin is not something that is sought after. Whatever. Just give me my 10. I really like
but
playing this game.
still,
And it's
So,
really
yeah.
weird they have this
Fucking
weird
soccer
Botox
underwater, surely.
face.
Yeah.
So
props.
the it's like when the 7 remake was officially announced, you had a bunch of rumors for 8,
6,
9, and
8,
6
and yeah.
being the next thing after 7 to get remade.
Right.
So I don't know the validity of this 13 one because I haven't seen anything sourced. Like nobody's sourced any of this information. So this one feels
Such
like a rumor.
point in the series to want to remake, though. They're on PC, so
Yeah.
you're not having to save it from like defunct hardware. It's got 3 games in it, so it's not like it's a one and done endeavor.
I'm pretty sure you can download, like some people, I think you said this when we were talking about it earlier, Dalit. Like I don't know if it was in our chat or in pre-recording chat that like it you could make the argument they want to get it off PS3.
Yeah, that was my initial
but-
thought. Yeah,
But it's like it's on PC.
it's on PC.
And even if you don't play PC, I think at least for PlayStation, I'm pretty sure for both the 4 and the 5, it is downloadable off the PlayStation Store.
Oh, I couldn't
I'm
say.
fairly sure.
Fair.
I'm fairly sure about that. Not 100%, but I'm fairly sure. If I wasn't lazy, I could probably look it up.
But even furthermore, even beyond that, 13 isn't a game that launched exclusive to Sony. It was on the everything. Well, no, it was on both Microsoft and Sony.
It was on
products.
Xbox. Yeah, it was on Xbox.
And it's, like I said, it has a PC release. It's done well through its various incarnations.
It would be a weird one to do. Like, I mean, I guess if you wanted to do, I could see it being a quote unquote HD collection of them. Like, I don't know what that would be called because 13 is technically already HD. Like, but just a re-released collection of them kind of thing, not necessarily a remaster or something.
DMC 1, 2, and 3 HD collection.
Yeah, like
Something
the
like that.
DMC collection, like the Metal Gear Solid collection.
Yeah,
having them all
I
in
could
one
see something
box
like
set.
that. I could see something like that being a thing. Like that
Maybe.
seems very plausible.
I'd still wish for them not to waste their time on that, and hell, even 10 at the moment. I would like to see them move on to a game like 6, like 5, because 5's never going to get love ever again.
Oh god, 5, holy.
Like 5 is just it's too happy-go-lucky at the start, and the only character people tend to remember from 5 is Gilgamesh. Like I know plenty of people that struggle to remember Bartz as the pro tag of that game.
And then your main villain is
a tree.
Okay, cool.
I usually remember, like, first thing I think of when I think of 5 is Gloof and Ferris, because I really liked both of those characters.
Job system. Mimic. Those are the first 2 things I think of, but by and large, 5
job system,
good,
yeah.
5 isn't one of the more beloved ones. It's why 4 has gotten love. It's why 3. I don't know how 3 got love over 5 though, if I'm honest. But I guess that's the start of the job system. So
I don't know how either. Like
3 was a good game. Fuck you guys.
I am not a.
You are entitled. You are entitled to your opinion, Nat, even if it's wrong.
Like 3 is far from like the worst game I've ever played, but I am good off playing that again.
I'm never touching that game again if I can help it.
Don't
I liked
have
5.
ways.
I liked 5 well
Though
enough.
I don't get to say anything because I like 9, and I don't think Steiner's that bad.
I think Steiner is an awful character, but I'm starting to think that's not actually a common opinion.
Yeah,
I've seen a
think
lot
we
of people.
should-
Just
Seen
saying.
a lot of people that do like Steiner, and I'm like, oh,
Ain't no fucking way that's actually true.
I've been telling you guys
people
this.
like Steiner, and I'm like, oh,
Don't get me
okay.
wrong. He's super
If
unbearable.
y'all
Like the
wanna
first time you
rate-
play through a game, and the first time you meet him, he's fucking unbearable. He's the worst. And then he grows on you, and you understand. And in the course of 9, he gets better, and apparently he reverts in all outside stuff, which is weird. But
here's my problem with Steiner. Beginning of the game, 100% unbearable. Cannot stand him. In the game, in 9 itself, he does get better. But the problem is when he gets better and the things that he's unbearable about are no longer there, I think he becomes kind of forgettable compared to everybody else and everything going on. So I just stopped paying attention to him, and he's just not in my like recognition of what's happening because he's not contributing too much usually. So when you get to outside media like Opera Omnia and you go, okay, what's Steiner's character? I feel like the majority of
He's
his
back to the
character
first 5 hours
is
of
back to the
Steiner, and it's
first,
fucking unbearable.
yeah, the first part where Steiner is very loud and noticeable, where his character is very prominent. That's my problem with Steiner, is that like they like fix his problem in 9, but I don't think they do it well enough. I think like they kind of leave him to dry. They're like, oh, he's better now. That's it.
Big shrug. I think Steiner's fine.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's
don't know.
fine.
I really like, that's always been my one complaint with 9. I never had a problem with 9. Anything in 9.
I actually need to go back and actually properly play 9 because I actually dropped 9 because of Steiner. I just couldn't fucking stand it.
Like I never had a problem with 9. I absolutely loved 9. Like honestly, I really like 9. It's really high up on my list. But I just can't stand Steiner. And like I said, I think when they do fix it, like when he does, you know, when he admits that he's wrong and his problems and he fixes himself, essentially, like he stops, you know, how would you describe him at the beginning of the game in a nice way?
Loud and
Thank God you said
overbearing.
a nice way, because I would have said something else.
Yeah, when he stops being so loud and overbearing and actually, you know, listens to the people around him, and stops making presumptions. I think
egotistical. That's what he is.
I think
I don't know about egotistical. I don't think he's self-involved. I think he's just he's too into his station.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, and I'm getting egotistical mixed up with that. But yeah.
I think like when you finally, you know, dials it back and, you know, starts listening to people and things like that, he doesn't have enough character, and that's the issue. He goes from having like too much to not enough. But again, like that's me. I really don't like Steiner. I love 9. I just don't like Steiner. But
yeah,
I don't know. So I mean, I think as far as the 13 thing goes, it's we'll see.
We sure will.
As
not
someone
specifically
who likes 13, I would like to see it, but I don't know if I want to see a remaster. If anything, I would rather see a remake and have the actual like overarching story, like the gods and all that, be more involved with the actual main story instead of just reading it through a fucking data log that's in the menu that no one looks at all whatsoever. I would like that. But
I mean, that's because
remaster.
I'll give you that 13 is more popular than I like to give it credit for. That's an easy.
Yeah, Japan loves 13.
Yeah, that's an easy give on my part. Because I think 13 is mid, and I mean that in the way that it's meant to be said, not that it's bad. I just think it's completely forgettable. I think it does nothing impressive, but does nothing horrendous, except for maybe its music. Its music is pretty good.
Its music is great.
Being said, though,
I
should have actually probably.
What would you remake?
Like
you don't change
like
you don't change the
story and,
gameplay because
the
the
gods and all
gameplay is
that.
the whole thing. I mean,
I'm gonna be
the
real
gameplay's
with you,
actually
Nat.
good.
I'm gonna be real with you, Nat. The gods and everything like that are right where they need to be in 13 because those exist in 13 because of the Nova Crystallis thing they were doing, and that entire idea got scrapped.
Yeah,
like they did do it.
I actually forgot it got fucking scrapped. Oh,
that's why they are where they are.
You're not joking when you say remake. They would have to do so much work to the writing that ends up being entirely incidental to the story.
Different.
Well, no, not different. Yeah. It just doesn't matter to the story that's happening because it's all fleshing out the world, which is great, and the world fucking needs it. But it's a lot of work to put in for very little reward.
Okay. So hold on. Let's bring it back from actual from the gods to like the actual creatures. So you have your humans, and then you have the fal'Cie. Again, if you don't read the data logs, you don't know what the fuck a fal'Cie are. They're literally just creatures, the mechanical creatures. That's all they are. But like, they don't say that in like the actual dialogue. You got to read that in the data logs.
Except I feel like
That's why it's
that's
so
pretty
confusing.
well explained by the game.
I agree. I thought that was pretty
Like
well
if you're gonna use that as like the full basis of what they are, and not that they're mechanical gods, yeah, no, they're bio life, they're biomechanical life. I think that's very well explained by the game. You fight two of them, three, in the story. I don't think you have to fight any others. You can fight others, but I don't think you have to.
This Titan's trial, but that doesn't really count. But yeah, like it. I think it's more so at the early game. When you get to later game, it's more properly understood as to what the fuck they are.
This is true.
but
Like
yeah,
I will say at the very beginning of the game, holy fuck, are you lost?
Yeah,
like,
It
why
does kind
are-
of start you off in the thick of things. That's for sure.
It does. It starts you off in the middle of everything, and it
I
just
think that's
starts
my problem.
throwing words at you. Fal'Cie,
Yes, I think that's my
Seath.
ultimate problem.
Yeah. So glossary ends up being your friend, but that's no way to start. That's no way to start
no.
a game.
No. Yeah. Yeah, that's ultimately my problem with the 13 story is actually the early stuff where, as Dol said, they just throw terminology and just names at you and you're like, what the fuck is all this?
I think even when you know all of this and like going into 13.2, they still just throw stuff at you. That's how they start all of these games. They just start throwing stuff at you and then explaining it as they get further in.
Well, my issue with the series, and not just 13, because I have plenty of issues with 13 on literally every possible level except music. But in terms of the series, I kind of dig 2, but 1, 2, and 3 feel like they're not actually linked by any meaningful world building. Like, those are 3 different fucking games. 3 different stories on 3 different locations, 3 different settings. Like, holy shit, it does not feel like a logical progression.
Yeah, it's not like
it jumps.
Final Fantasy 4 into
Exactly, into the
after
after
years.
years.
Yeah.
Or even 7.
Or even
like
Crisis
7,
Core into 7.
Exactly.
Yeah.
7 is weird in its sort of because we've gone through a lot of visual upgrading, so sometimes it can not feel the same. But thematically, it's always been on point because they keep using the same locations.
Yeah.
Well, fucking 13.2, 13.2 and 13.3 get real weird. And like every time I see these games, I'm like, no, if it weren't for Sarah, I wouldn't know these 3 games are linked. Well, I guess and Lightning.
Right.
But
that's fair. But yeah.
So we know Nat will keep his eye on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
If they put out a collection of any kind, let us know how that goes. I need to at some point bite the bullet and give 13.2 another go because it's apparently the best of the bunch, and I don't have to worry with like.
You want me to make a guide for you?
No, I won't need a guide.
Because I will.
I don't need a guide. I need to get my ass up and just do it. Because I own it, I believe. It was rough trying to play that because I didn't like 13. But a lot of my issues with 13 in terms of gameplay and characters are gone. So.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then you play the DLC and you get Lightning as a Pokemon, and then you're like, hey.
Give me that Nabat
literally
Pokemon.
The best Pokemon in the game.
I'm just here to fill a slot and have her look pretty. I don't need Nabat to be good at anything. We found out in 13 she's not.
Base 13.
That's debatable.
Guys.
That's debatable. That's
if you want Pokemon in your Final Fantasy, you should be playing World of Final Fantasy.
It's true. And honestly, as hard as I've just been on 13, I fucking loved World of Final Fantasy. That's such a weird little charming game.
It is.
Well, no, because
really
it's genuinely just Pokemon with not even Pokemon. It's a turn-based RPG with stacking in a chibi art style. It's so goddamn endearing.
Yeah, it's very Kawaii Desu Ichiban.
Yeah. Oof.
Okay, now
Yeah.
I'm really considering taking that off the cast after that
What
one.
the fuck? All I said was just number one cute in Japanese.
And it's the way you said it.
Oh, whatever.
I love you, Nat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that like that's how I was planning to end it because there's other things coming out in October.
Oh, God.
Yeah, let's get back into that. I
we
just
got-
sidetracked because
Yeah.
it was a good setup for me, so I took it. But
Yeah,
You know
well,
what?
me and Nat
let's
have
go
spoken at
back.
length, so we might as well actually just straight up throw it back to you. Hey, you picking up Diablo's expansion?
I
Want it?
want it.
Yeah, I thought you might be
Is this
interested in
the,
Vessel of Hatred.
Seed of Greed or whatever the fuck it's called?
Vessel of
Hatred.
Hatred.
Vessel of
I
Hatred,
like
same
Seed of
things.
Greed. I need that to be the next one.
Sorry, that was actually just Persona 5 brain rot there.
The
Fair.
way
Yes,
they're
Vessel
going,
of
I
Hatred.
won't be surprised if the expansions to 4 are all named after one of the.
Exactly.
Deadly
Exactly.
Sins, yeah.
That would be a.
So yeah,
I
Seed
think
of
that
Greed
would.
could actually be a thing.
I think that would be a great naming scheme to go with.
Genuinely.
I do really, really want it. If anything, for the story, because I really enjoyed Diablo 4 story. I thought it was pretty good. Though I've always enjoyed Diablo's story, so I'm always a sucker for that. I think my biggest problem is, and I think I touched on this when we were talking about Path of Exile and Last Epoch and everything like that, is since I've started playing a lot more of games in this genre, Diablo has progressively lost excitement for me because I enjoy the others more generally.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
Path of Exile. Mm-hmm.
yeah, like Path of Exile 2 comes out in November, right? It comes out the month after.
This
or
is
early
true.
access
Oh
does.
my god.
So
Oh my god, it's so close. It's getting closer.
it is.
Yeah, speaking of November, actually no, continue.
So it's just like I want to play Vessel of Hatred. I think the new class they're adding looks cool, but I don't. At least they may have finally shown some more on it since we're closer to its release now. But I haven't
Right.
looked or seen it yet. If they have, so with all I've got going on for me is this general aesthetic. I'm like, that looks cool. I need to see more before I get really excited about it. It isn't really one of the jobs I was hoping for. I was hoping for a paladin-esque job or a monk.
Yeah.
But
Wait, what's the class for this?
it's beast. It's like Beastmaster or something like that. I don't.
Oh,
Or
Alright.
Spirit Master or something like that. I don't know.
right.
I like somebody correct me in the comments. But I'm just so I will be getting it. Probably not day one,
Right.
but thankfully it is an expansion and not a full game. So I'm looking at like $30, $40 compared to the
Oh,
True,
I mean, this
yeah.
is Activision we're talking about.
compared to the like 70 full launch. So I'll probably
Uh.
get it, but it might be a couple weeks after it comes out. Especially because I think
Right.
it's also early mid October. So I'm still gonna be very, very
No way, this is also the 11th, right?
oh god, I'm starting to think.
You know where I'm
Surely
going
it
with this,
wouldn't
then?
also be the 11th. No, it's the 8th.
It's the 8th. Oh, okay. It's
Oh.
only a couple days
I mean,
before. Yeah,
it's-
that's not
it's
happening.
still close by.
Yeah, that's 3 days, 2 days, 3 days before Sparking Zero, and I'm just like, no, sorry, Sparking Zero is a priority for me.
Oh, unlucky.
So maybe like end of October I'll pick it up. After I've been playing Sparking Zero for like 2-3 weeks. Maybe
Yep.
then I'll pick it up. And I'll play through the story. But I think I want to pick it up before November 9th. I think that's what they said the date was. Before November 9th and PoE 2 hits. Because PoE 2 I have a feeling will completely absorb me especially in that sphere, that genre, for the foreseeable future. So I want to pick it up at least if possible, like before PoE 2 launches into early access, so I can at least
Mhm.
play the story before then. So
Yeah.
we'll see. It's not that I'm not interested or I don't care, because I do very much care. Like there's a nostalgia center for Diablo in me as well. Um, and ultimately it's not a full price game, it's just an expansion, so
Right.
I'll be picking it up, but I don't know when I'll be picking it up. I know when I would like to pick it up, so we'll see. And I wish I could say more, but like I haven't seen any more. Like I honestly think this game is only a it's just like 2 weeks away, I think, from recording, and I still don't think they've shown anything else for it. Or if they have, it's just somehow managed to not show up on my feed in any feed, Twitter, Reddit, anything. Like it's just I haven't seen anything on it. Like the last thing I saw on it was when we watched was it Gamescom, and they showed it for Xbox, or no, it was at Summer
Right.
Games Fest, and they showed it at Xbox. I think that was the last time I saw anything for it, and
Yeah.
that was they didn't really show anything.
Yeah. Is it because maybe simply because people aren't just interested in this expansion?
No, the company's job is still to show it off. My
Right.
money would be that there's been something, but they're probably saving like a big final trailer
Reveal
for
for like
around next week, maybe the week after, maybe the first week of October. No, absolutely not the first week
maybe.
of October. Probably next week.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see something next week, because
Mm.
otherwise they definitely marketed it kind of poorly if I don't see something by next week on my feed somewhere. Like I follow
Well,
enough channels and
also, hold
on
on. There's a chance that they have put something out and you've just missed it.
it's
Like
true. It's
I've
true.
not been following it at all because I don't plan to pick this up for a while. But
I like I haven't been super following it, I'll be honest. Um but usually when new stuff that's interesting gets shown off for Diablo, it shows up on my feed like at some point. Like I'll be honest, I got a bad habit. I'm on Twitter daily. So generally twice a
Or is
day.
fucking addicted to
Uh
Twitter. Oh my
like
god.
maybe a little bit, but I'm usually on Twitter like twice a day. If something came out, I feel like I would have seen it through Twitter because I follow
Right.
enough stuff that it should. Or
Yeah.
if it's not Twitter, I mean, I don't check Reddit nearly as much, but I mean, I follow the Diablo Reddit, the Blizzard Reddit, like freaking World of Warcraft Reddit sometimes has news for uh their other games.
Yeah.
And I'm subscribed to a few different YouTube channels that do Diablo stuff. Like I don't like one that I know Dalit watches because of the Monster Hunter, Rage Gaming. I haven't
yeah.
seen them put out anything for going over the news for it, and they are still putting out Diablo videos. So
Right.
I haven't seen it. Like if there is something else, it has somehow managed to skirt under my attention. But so I'm really hoping by next week something big is shown off that it
Yeah.
can't
Or we're
skirt
just
under my
simply
attention.
mistiming
Yeah,
Diablo news right now.
yeah. I'm hoping by next
Yeah.
week from recording. So again, by the time this episode comes out, like the expansion's out. So,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
hoping from recording next week that there's something big enough that it's impossible for it to somehow skirt under my attention. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, you're not picking it up anytime soon, Dollar, right?
No, 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 no.
Yeah, and I honestly like again, you don't have the attachment that I have to Diablo, so
This is
that's not
correct.
surprising to me. Yeah, and to be fair, like I said, I'm way my attention is way more on PoE 2 than it is Vessel of Hatred right now. So,
Oh yeah.
funny enough, you said the release date was October 8th. October 8th is also the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Yeah, this is true.
I know that's a big one for a lot of people.
Yeah, I have to sadly admit I have no faith in that. I'll be happy to be wrong,
Yeah.
but oh, I don't
Uh,
know.
I
Yeah. I love Benny from Foggy Hill 2. Foggy Mountain 2. That's what it's called. Yep.
I don't really have faith in it either, but Silent Hill has always been the thing I see people put like side by side with Resident Evil back in the day.
hmm
Yes, 100%. Because it's a
Yeah,
different kind.
and
It's a different kind of horror.
right, and I
Yeah.
never played the Silent Hill games,
You should
but
play one.
I should. But I know people that like Silent Hill really like Silent Hill, and a lot of people that like Resident Evil like Silent Hill. So I should 100% play one. So I know as people talk about Silent Hill 2, like Resident Evil so Silent Hill fans talk about Silent Hill 2, like Resident Evil fans talk about Resident Evil 4.
Yes, that's
So
correct.
I really hope this Silent Hill 2 remake is what the Resident Evil 4 remake was for Resident Evil fans. I really want
No,
that for them. I
I
want
don't
that
think
for them.
so.
I'm not saying I
I
think
would.
it. I'm saying I want that for them. I don't think that's what it's going to be, but I want it to be that for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah. I don't know.
if it is, then I'm 100% going to cheat and jump in on that one because that'd be the easier one to jump into.
Correct.
Yeah.
That being said, though, you should not sleep on Silent Hill 3 because it's also not as popular, but it does have some popularity behind it.
It's
because
certainly
it's
more
just a
popular
good
in a
song.
different group of people, though. Like, if you
Yeah.
like Silent Hill, you probably have an opinion on which one is actually the best.
Yeah, it's between 2 and 3, and then some people like 4, which is the room, and Gen 1ers love fucking Silent Hill 1.
I know they did that or recently released or working on releasing. I don't know if it's already out. That new Silent Hill game that there was when they showed the trailer for it, they showed it with
Oh,
the Silent Hill
God.
2 remake, and it had a lot of like Japanese themed elements to it.
Mm-hmm.
That was wild. I don't know what that's about. So I don't have a lot of experience with Silent Hill or knowledge of Silent Hill, but I do have a passing interest in it. So like I said, I'm hoping Silent Hill 2 remake is for Silent Hill fans what the Resident Evil 4 remake is.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that'd be amazing for them, and it would be a great place for me to be able to actually try the series out. So I am a little selfish in that one, but at the same time, I do just generally want that for the fans because
Right.
I know what it meant for Resident Evil 4 fans when like my cousin, like he's a diehard RE4 fan, and it's like it's to date it's his favorite game or was his favorite game before the remake, and then the remake came out and he's just like it's everything I wanted and more. And when you can say that about
Good.
a remake of your favorite game, that's generally a good thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Anything else?
There's a couple other games coming out in October, like nothing to really like talk on. East 10's coming out for those anime JRPG fans. I know
What do you mean you're not
they
interested
are
in Dragon Age Veilguard?
I'm getting to it.
I'm just saying.
I will
That's a good
say
joke, Dolly. Have you thought about becoming a comedian?
I occasionally have my moments.
I will say East 10 at the very least it has like sparked my interest in the franchise. I've seen like gameplay and elements from it that I'm just like, "Oh, curious. Okay, I'm kind of intrigued." But it's also one of those things that I'm like, I feel like if I did play it and I liked it because of how my brain works, I would want to go play all the others in this series, and I just don't got time for that.
Oh,
So
God, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it's just
not
like
I'm
Tales
not
of games for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm not in any rush to play that one.
Yep.
Black Ops 6 comes out as well. Uh I'm kind of checked out on Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's probably your best-selling game of the year.
Pretty much. That's going to get Game of
Probably.
the Year.
I don't
Not
think it'll get
actual game of the year, but just like it's going to be the top seller.
It'll
for
get the
sure.
best action game of the year.
Oh, maybe,
Best
maybe.
action game with
Yeah,
fucking
that might be
cool.
true.
Yeah.
I'm kind of clocked out on Call of Duty, but I know like a few people that do still play them and whatnot, and I hope this one's good for them because I know a lot of people like weren't happy with Modern Warfare 3. Uh, Rightfully so, from what I understand. I hope Black Ops 6 is good. I'll say that. I hope 6 is good. So I hope 6 is good. If anything, for when I do decide to play Call of Duty again, I can jump in on a good one.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Veilguard comes out in the very end of the month.
Yeah, no one cares.
Actually,
Actually, no one cares.
actually,
No.
as it turns
No,
out, a
guy.
couple of people who have gotten hands on with it, and I watched. I don't think it was. I don't think it was Skillip himself. I don't think it was. Who was Mercy? I can't remember. Ralph, but I think it was someone else. Flew out to San Francisco. Flew out to me. Saw me. We had beers. We did not, but they did fly out to play Veilguard. They actually had a pretty glowing review for it.
Yeah, it was at Gamescom that you could put your hands on with it as well, I believe. Um, and yeah, a few other people were flown out to put hands on it. I've been seeing the videos popping up recently, and everybody is giving it glowing reviews thus far. Like one of the lines I saw, which I mean, I wasn't
Wait, were
familiar
they
with.
flown out by the company?
Yeah, to try it.
Some of them, well, I
Hmm.
think all of them were, but I think Ralph and Co. specifically do not take the money and pay for their own way to avoid the bought off
Mm,
allegations.
that is
And some of these people just played it at Gamescom where you were able to get hands on with it a little bit, from what I understand.
All right. Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but
Oh,
But
I'm right there
skeptical.
with you, Nat. Even with all these glowing reviews, something feels off about that game.
one of
Yeah.
the lines I saw in one of them, I didn't know the person, I don't know much about them or anything like that. But one of the things they said was, "It's exactly what I wanted from a Dragon Age game in 2024." And I'm just like, I don't know what that means
I hate
because
I hate when people say that
yeah, I'm
because
like,
those people started Dragon Age in Inquisition and not one,
But
because
it doesn't
if you
matter
played one,
because the real thing is that's a
it's
nothing statement.
yeah,
that
like
as well.
I'm like, I don't know you. I don't like what does that mean? But it was one of those really impressive lines. I'm like, okay, that's an impressive line. I don't know what it means, but cool.
But I've also heard that
It stuck
exact
with
same line
me.
from someone else online that isn't that guy you're talking about though. So I'm just like, huh. So
I
the fact that I've heard it twice, I'm just like, okay.
maybe that tells you which people, actually had positive things to say and which ones were just saying it because they were paid to. I don't know.
We just need to wait until the game comes out and the
100%,
actual gamers fucking play it and
100%.
yeah.
But I will say I've been keeping an eye on it because the trailer they showed back at, was it SGF?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, SGF. Yeah, the trailer they showed was terrible.
Absolutely.
The post SGF actual gameplay walkthrough was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Fine, I would say.
I
And
agree.
and then I saw some of the journalists that I actually, trust what they say, got to play it at SGF and they said it was really good. They really enjoyed it. Um and I've continued to hear that from those same journalists too. So I'm excited, and I'm not as hard to please as your average person. I'll admit that openly. I'm a very easy to please person. So,
Yeah, you're easy to bruise, Matt.
but I'm excited for this game. I went from when that trailer was shown, I'm like, I am not interested, to okay, you have my attention, to okay, I'm actually interested. I want to play it. So I am happy that I was able to pick up the entire Dragon Age series
Hmm.
last. No, I did it on the summer sale this year. So I was able to pick up the entire Dragon Age series. So I'm happy about that
Nice.
because uh now I will, when I get a chance, I can play through them all again, and then I'll pick up Veilguard when I do that. So that way I can
Right.
go right into Veilguard. I'm not going to pick it up at launch. Uh, I do want to see what people say about it when it's out, but I'm going to pick it up irregardless of what people say but what people say at launch might somewhat determine when I pick it up. But when I say that, it's if they have good things to say, I'll try and get it, before summer 2025. If they don't
Right.
have good things to say, I'll get it a
On
year
a
after it.
60%
Yeah.
sale.
I'll get it a year after it comes out,
Yeah.
when it hits one of those really good sales on Steam or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I'm gonna pick it up regardless. But how well reviews end up being will kind of determine when, more or less. But I am interested. I do definitely have my eye on
Mhm.
it. So I am excited. So I think for me, out of the three of us, especially, October's packed, man. There's other things
Yeah.
too, like when we were briefly mentioning it beforehand. There's a bunch of other games like we haven't mentioned here.
Until Dawn.
Yeah, like good. Oh, jeez, stop it. Other good games but there's some Nintendo titles and whatnot. So yeah, there's a lot coming out in October.
Now let's talk about November.
No.
Yes. Come on, at least
Another
a quick
episode.
mention.
Another
No,
episode.
a quick mention. Come
Another
on.
episode.
No,
No.
because we're not doing this because Worlds is coming out in 3 days, correct, guys?
Sure.
Oh,
For League of Legends.
sure.
Right. November. We mentioned November earlier this podcast. What else comes out in November?
What are you talking about? Arcade? We're not
Arcade
talking about
Season
anime.
2.
Why would we bring that
No,
up? We're not talking about anime. We're talking about games.
Yeah, we are talking about games. League of Legends.
It's an anime.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's
It's
a,
what it
it's
is,
a
but it isn't.
French animation. I don't know if I would use the term anime for it.
It's still
Animated,
Look.
but still. No, it's
Look.
not relevant right now.
look.
No.
Arcane Season 2 Part 1 November 9th? 11th?
9th.
What was it?
9th.
9th? Yeah. And also, well, I mean,
Worlds in 3 days
by
from
the
this
time
recording.
this
it'll be
episode
longer.
comes out, yeah. Well,
So-
it's coming out in 3 days, so yeah.
Um,
That's all I want to say.
but yeah, a lot in October. So it is super stacked. The only thing I might actually be playing in October is Sparking Zero, but there's a lot coming out, that's for sure.
Yeah, sure thing.
We actually got fucking gaming news this week, so that's why it's a 2-hour long fucking episode.
We talked about some games because there was a lot of games. Yeah. There is there's some other news things out there, but we'll save that till they actually develop some more before we actually comment on them. So yeah, that's been a stacked October. Listeners, I hope you are lucky. Maybe you were only interested in one of those games. Maybe you are unfortunately like me when I was younger and you have an interest in all of those games.
Or maybe you're just interested in the PlayStation 5 30th anniversary controller like we are.
I mean, that might be true too. It's so good.
I want it.
I've literally seen nothing but like just positive stuff when
I know.
just referring to the controller.
I know. Have you
It's
seen?
so fucking wild.
Have you'll have seen the memes that have been Sony lost or I'm out. I'm back in. I'm out. The 30th anniversary was like I'm back in.
Yeah, it's so over. We're so back.
I know the guy who's been updating that, like at least for me on my Twitter feed. He's like, Sony, please keep the news at bay. I am tired of updating this every couple hours.
Yeah, literally, chill the fuck out, Sony.
Oh man,
Literally, like as in chill out with the fucking PS5 bundle, Pro bundle bullshit, and possibly PS6 as well.
I know October is usually the big fall month for game releases, I feel like. Or at least it was when I was younger. I don't know if that's true recently. I remember when I was like high school, middle school, October was always a big month for game releases. So I'm not surprised to see a lot of things coming out, but this is pretty much the last big month for game releases before we get to the end of the year. Game Award shows and whatnot. So
Oh god, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait till
it's
Greek
the
awards.
cutoff point too, isn't it?
October?
November,
November?
I believe.
No, November is the cutoff point.
I believe. I could
Yeah.
be wrong about that.
Okay, I think you're right. I think November sounds right.
So,
So-
developers, get your last minute entries in for recency
No,
bias, and
just-
you may win.
Just wait till next year.
Let's wait till next year. But
No,
I
that's the
cannot think
that's
of
the correct
anything
choice.
super big coming out after October. Really, I think there's maybe like one thing. But
I mean, Assassin's Creed comes out. The Dragon Quest 3
Oh
HD
god.
remake comes out.
Oh,
Path of Exile
God.
2 enters early access.
Hey.
I don't know if
physical
POG will be
edition.
considered because of EA.
This is true.
Hmm?
Okay, so if you just mean in terms of the Game Awards,
I am thinking Game Awards. There's nothing.
oh man,
that's.
it's maybe just Assassin's Creed, I think.
I think it might just be Assassin's Creed is the only other title that might be considered for anything at the Game Awards coming out. So,
November 12th,
Hmm.
though. So, no, never mind, because that's definitely hit by cutoff. No, we're done, more or less.
yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
So we'll see what happens at the Game Awards this year with this very. This year, like everybody knew it. Like we talked about it earlier this year too. It's a slow year, really, for like game releases. So
I feel like it picked up at the tail end of the year, which is obviously what we're going through right now.
It didn't hurt that we had a
But
couple
other
of
than that,
surprises along the way, too.
we did
Yeah.
definitely have some surprises along the way. So it's been gaming's been interesting this year. Maybe on the slower side, but it has stayed interesting. So October's our last big month of releases though, and there's a couple of them. But like I said before, if you're interested in these or you're planning to pick them up, let us know. You can let us know in the comment section down below on YouTube, Spotify. They both have them. You can also let us know over on Twitter at Celestia Radio PD, or you can tweet at us with the hashtag AskCRP and give us your thoughts, opinions. You can give us questions and maybe even a topic suggestion, and we might use it. As always, everyone, we really appreciate y'all listening all the way through to the end. And if you enjoyed this cast, then, share it with your friends. That's the best thing you can do to support us here at Celestia Radio. It is always appreciated. And yeah, that's it, guys. We will see you all next time.
Take care, everyone.
Be good now.